In the shadows of rural Wisconsin, where cornfields stretch for miles and old barns rot in silence, something stirs after midnight. Locals whisper about glowing eyes watching from the tree line, the sound of claws scraping against metal, and an inhuman howl that freezes the blood of anyone who hears it. This is the legend of the Beast of Bray Road, and tonight you're going to hear 7 terrifying stories of those who say they saw it and lived to tell the tale. Turn the lights off. Put on your headphones. These are 7 true scary stories of the unexplained. Story 1. The Farmhouse Watcher. In 1994, a 17-year-old named Caleb was helping his uncle repair a barn outside Elkhorn. One night, while staying alone in the farmhouse, he heard scratching against the window. He chalked it up to raccoons until he saw the shadow, 7 feet tall, broad shoulders, and glowing amber eyes. It stood just beyond the edge of the porch light, half wolf, half man, snarling with a mouth full of jagged teeth. Caleb didn't sleep that night. The next morning he found claw marks, deep, deliberate slashes on the side of the barn. Story 2. The Night It Chased My Truck. In 2003, Megan, a veterinary student, was driving late on Bray Road when she hit what she thought was a deer. But when she stopped and looked, there was nothing, just blood. Minutes later, her headlights caught something sprinting behind her truck. It ran on all 4s, but it was far too large to be any known animal. For 2 miles, it followed her until she reached the highway, and it vanished into the dark. The scratches on her bumper stayed for months, and so did the nightmares. Story 3. The Bonfire Dare. 5 teens. One bonfire in the woods near Bray Road. It started as a dare. Spend the night near the cornfield. Just after midnight, they heard footsteps. Slow, heavy, deliberate. Then came the breathing, deep and snarling. The fire dimmed as if something was absorbing the light. One of them, Jason, swears he saw a creature crouched on a fence, watching them with intelligent eyes. They ran, but when they got to their car, every door had long claw marks, like something had tried to tear its way in. Story 4. The Hunters. 2 hunters claimed they had been tracking coyotes in 1997, but instead they found something else. One hunter spotted it first, a bipedal creature eating what looked like a deer carcass, crouched like a man, hands covered in blood. When it saw them, it didn't run. It stood tall and stared. They fired warning shots, but it didn't move. They left the woods and never hunted there again. That same spot, it's now fenced off with no trespassing signs. Locals call it Dead Man's Grove. Story 5. Eyes in the Cornfield. Sarah, a school bus driver, was driving the early morning route in fog. As she passed a cornfield near Bray Road, she saw eyes glowing from the stalks. She stopped the bus to take a look. There was no animal, no movement, but she heard it, a low growl. Then one of the kids screamed. Behind the back window, they all saw it, a furry figure, crouched with long claws and a canine snout. It stood upright and then disappeared into the field. Sarah quit a week later, said she couldn't drive that route anymore. Story 6. The Trail Cam. A local farmer had been losing livestock, so he set up trail cams along the property. When he checked the footage, what he found made him sick. In one frame, something tall, covered in dark fur, walked upright, holding what looked like a dead lamb. The next frame, just glowing eyes staring straight at the lens. The camera was found smashed the next morning. That farm was abandoned 2 months later. Story 7. The Hotel Encounter. A traveling salesman named Mark stayed at a roadside motel near Bray Road. Late at night, he heard scratching at the door. Thinking it was a stray animal, he looked through the peephole. What he saw changed him forever. A creature was hunched over, sniffing the floor. Its ears twitched. Then it stood up and looked straight at him. It was like a man in a wolf's body, but the eyes were human, intelligent, curious, and angry. The lights flickered, and it was gone. Mark never traveled to Wisconsin again. Some say the Beast of Bray Road is just a legend, a folktale passed down to keep kids out of the woods. But these people, they swear what they saw was real. So next time you drive through Wisconsin on a foggy night, stay away from the trees, stay away from Bray Road, and whatever you do, don't stop the car, because the beast is still out there, watching, waiting, hungry,